Ever notice how we argue all the time these days, but we don't seem to learn anything? Comment sections become battlegrounds, family dinners become mush, but that's because we don't argue properly. Ideas don't sharpen us, they collapse. That's because we've turned disagreement into a duel. See, not shouting, not canceling, not blocking, but just honest to goodness disagreement. See, we used to argue to sharpen our minds. Now we argue just to sharpen our knives. See, the world doesn't need fewer arguments, it needs better ones. So today, let's talk about how to argue without hating people. It's not the volume of our disagreement that's the problem, it's the quality. See, it used to be that people would disagree and then go have dinner afterwards. The problem isn't that we argue too much, it's that we argue badly. Proverbs 27, it says that iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. That's the thing with disagreements and arguments, that there is supposed to be sparks. Without sparks, the blade never gets sharper. We've mistaken free speech for free shouting. And free shouting isn't freedom, it's noise with Wi-Fi. We've made the mistake of thinking that a person is their opinion. If you disagree with me, I not only dislike your argument, I dislike you. And that is dangerous. Remember, people are more than their ideas. They are image bearers of God. Treat them that way even when they're wrong, especially when they're wrong. So here's the thing. My wife and I disagree on whether pineapple belongs on pizza or not. It is a trivial issue, but it is not an identity-threatening issue. It does belong on pizza, by the way. If my opinion made me hate you, I don't really know you. So there's got to be some rules to arguing well, and I believe that there's 4 of them. Number 1, you got to listen before you speak. See, listening isn't just waiting your turn. It is giving the other person the opportunity and the blessing to be heard. So many disagreements and arguments erupt and never settle down because one party or both parties never decide to let the other person actually speak. They never actually listen to what the other person's saying. Number 2 is you got to attack the ideas, not the other person. If you have to draw blood, let it be from a faulty argument, not from the person themselves. How many times have we heard about arguments that have happened between people and they're attacking one another and the clothes that they wear and how tall or short they are, or this or that, but they never actually attack the idea that they have. Number 3, there has to be truth over triumph. Man, we love winning arguments, don't we? But winning isn't the goal. Getting to the truth is. Over in Proverbs chapter 15, it says, "A soft answer turns away wrath." Man, I remember disagreements that I've had, maybe you've had them before, that when someone I'm talking to is just so kind and generous, it kind of makes me feel bad that I'm even talking to them because I'm the one that's at fault. And finally, number 4, season with grace. Colossians chapter 4, it reminds us, let your conversation always be full of grace, full of salt. Food without salt is bland, and our words without grace is poison. Here's the test on whether you're having a good argument or not. At the end, does the other person know that I value truth? And do they know that I value them? See, an argument can be one of our greatest acts of love. The only reason that we bother to is because the other person matters. So tell me, once a disagreement ends, does the other person feel respected or erased? So my friends, the lost art of arguing isn't about destroying the other person. It's about discovering truth and perhaps really discovering the other person. The other day I went to the grocery store and I went to the bakery section, and this lady was just standing there, but she turned and said, "Are you with us or with them?" And I noticed there were lines, but I didn't really know what she was talking about. And she said, "Are you with the gluten or the non-gluten line?" And it's almost like we have tribalized even bread nowadays. Something to argue about. Should you eat this or not eat that? And we'll start an argument because of this. And that's not the point of an argument. That's not the point of a debate. I didn't end up getting either one of them, to be honest with you. But a disagreement is not a war. The world doesn't need fewer arguments. It needs better ones. And maybe if you disagree with me, that's an argument we need to have. But thank you for watching. Maybe this stirred something in you. And if it did, why don't you share it with someone that you've been having a disagreement with for a while now? Because who knows? You might both walk away more right than you were before. God bless.